Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello! Hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Battlestar Galactica Season 1, Episode 10. I missed this show so much. The last episode that I saw about it, that I watched, that was 1 month ago. It was too long to wait to have the time to watch one more episode because, you know, I saw the last episode 1 month ago and then I had 1 week to edit a lot of videos for you, for having videos planned when I was gonna be on holidays. Then I was on holidays for 2 weeks and a half, and when I came back it was time for me, you know, to catch up on The Walking Dead, and I watched 3 episodes of The Walking Dead to be right on time for the new one for next week. So that's it. I finally have the time to continue my binge watching of Battlestar Galactica and also of The Last Kingdom. I think that I'm gonna finish this season 1 of Battlestar Galactica before beginning the new season of The Last Kingdom, because I want to continue, you know, the binge watching of the 2 shows at the same rhythm. So that's why maybe I'm gonna finish this season 1 of Battlestar Galactica first. So yes, 1 month that I didn't watch any new episode of Battlestar Galactica. I enjoyed myself, you know, editing the videos of it, of what I already watched. Editing videos about it, about this show. I saw myself falling for this show. I saw myself beginning to be in love with some characters like Helo. I can't hide it now. I saw myself during the editing. I fall in love with this character. I have a crush on him, and it's bothering me because I have the impression also that we're gonna lose him soon. I have the impression that it's not a main character of the show, you know. It's really there for showing that we have also a boomer on Caprica, that we have, you know, the Silence trying something with him. I think that this boomer is more important than him, than Helo. And that's bothering me because yes, I have this impression that maybe he's gonna die soon, but I can't hide the fact that I have a crush on him. That's it. And yes, I saw myself also falling in love with other characters like Kara, you know. I love her, I love her character. She's strong, she's brave, and she's the kind of woman that I love to see into shows. I said a lot that I love women into shows who are powerful, who are strong, who are brave, and who are represented like that. Like, they can be like that, they can be brave, and they can have also emotions, they can have also relationships. It's not a weakness to have a relationship or to have emotions, and I'm tired of shows or movies or books which are writing brave women as cold hearts, you know, as just warrior. You can have both. Men can have both, women can have both. So yes, I also fall in love with her, with Kara, and with other characters into this show, and I like this show. I said it a lot. I like this show because, okay, we are progressing into the story, even if we are not progressing a lot, in fact, into the story, into them trying to find a new Terra, you know. Hello, Screaming Firehawks, I'm missing you so much! But yes, they are trying to find a new planet to live on, and we are not progressing a lot into that story. We are more progressing into the silent story, into them being paranoid about that, suspecting everyone, and I like the fact that they are exploring big subjects like that because of the context of the show, because of when it was written. Of course, it was gonna be more important for this first season. I know that because I studied that, you know, for my memoir that I told you about during the intro of the first episode. If you didn't watch it, I'm gonna put the links. Tell me if you want to have a video about that, about my memoir, because I had an entire memoir of more than 120 pages or something like that about shows, about TV shows, because guess what? I can talk a lot about TV shows in videos, but also for my studies. So yes, I love when the show is taking the time to explore that kind of subject, you know, suspecting everyone, like the enemy is having your face and you can't tell when it's gonna attack, and it's about religion, they are fighting for religion. See, things that we can relate to, and that during the time of the show when it was written, it was an important subject. And also torturing people, how far you can go by torturing people for having information, how far you can go also with suspecting everyone. See, I love this show because it's interrogating the characters but also the viewers through the episodes with these questions, and I think that exploring that kind of questions during the time of the show, during the context of the production of the show, you know, when it was out the first time on screen, I think that it was important and interesting to have that on screen. I wish, you know, that I would have watched it during that time, because I think that it had a different impact, you know. I don't know, but for me, you know, having that kind of shows which are happening in a different place, in a different world, with different rules, but still which are exploring subjects that we can relate to, I think that it's a good way to spread a message, to explain something about our world. Like for The Expanse, what The Expanse did during the last season with persons who are trying to have a better life by going somewhere else. I appreciated that a lot in The Expanse, so I'm gonna appreciate that a lot into Battlestar Galactica. I like shows which are able, you know, to make their story right, evolution for their characters, and which are also able to explore political, philosophical, society subjects. It has to be a great show, you know, to make all of that. It has to be a great and interesting show to watch. That's why I like this show. I really like Battlestar Galactica, and I'm so excited to be back to watch new episodes about the show. Again, if you didn't remember it, or if you didn't watch my first reaction videos about this show, I already watched this season 1, but it was years ago and it was for my study, for my memoir. So I was not really into the story, I was taking notes about it for each scene. So I really didn't remember anything that happened, really facts into the show. I was just remembering feelings that I had for some characters. So for the next episode, for the final episodes of this season 1, it's the same, you know, I can't remember what is happening during them. I will see that. I don't think that I'm gonna have the time to watch a lot of episodes, maybe 2 more episodes today, and I will finish the show tomorrow or maybe the day after that. I will see that. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking right now and let's go for this episode 10. I said that we can't trust him because he said that he needs her, he said that he's in love with her, and now he's believing into her God also, believing that he's the instrument of God, of her God, because I'm still not sure of all of the silence. Are they believing into God, and which God are we talking about? I mean, is it the same or is it some kind of master? I don't know. But we can't trust him, we can't believe him. I'm seeing it in the beginning, I don't like him because of his character, but also because I can't trust him. I know that he's a funny character, and I read, you know, your comments seeing me being so annoyed by Gaius. You were like, come on, he's a funny guy, okay, he's annoying, but you're gonna love to hate him, something like that. And I can see why you are saying that, and I can see why you are thinking that, because he's a funny character, even if he's not someone that we can trust. And I think that if he's the instrument of God, like he's saying right there, it's the instrument of their God, you know, the silent God. He's really more and more embracing their side. That's not great. And still, I think that she's into his head because of a bug or something like that. Even if she's represented as the silent that he loved, and that's why all of their interactions are based on a sexual thing, you know, that's why. But yes, I can't trust him. About this episode, even if the Irish musics disturbed me, they were great, you know, I love Irish musics. And I loved that this episode was also about Lee, about making us love more Lee, maybe something like that. Remind that he is a great pilot, he's a clever guy also, and that was great to remind us that with this episode, to have a moment with him and his father, because you know how much I love relationships like that, into families, you know, to have a moment with him and Starbuck, that was great also. I think that I'm beginning to ship them. Again, I saw myself during the editing of the episodes, of the first episodes of this season 1, and I saw myself, you know, believing more and more into their chemistry and seeing more and more that I loved their relationship, how they are working together, the fact that it's not just working, you know, we can see that that's gonna be a slow burn ship which is gonna kill me. I can feel it already, because it's gonna happen, because I think that it's the intention of the writers to make it happen. I don't believe that it's the kind of shows and the kind of writers who are gonna build something to not give it to the viewers at the end. Producers and writers of the 100? I'm not gonna talk about it, but you know what I mean if you are watching this show and if you are watching my reaction videos about this show also. So yes, that was great to have Lee like that, into that position, to have also Starbuck into that position, you know, not being in control. I mean, being in control of the strategy and taking the responsibility of it, but not being into the action, you know, not being into a ship, not being a pilot, but being a leader, the one who is deciding, the one who is planning everything. That was great to have her like that, because she can be all of that, because she's a great warrior, you know, into the action, but also thinking about what the action can be, so that was great. The president's hallucinating stuff, okay, that's, you know, the consequences of what she's taking, so that's great to have that, for the writers to think about that. That's also the introduction of what the PT in French, said, and I want to know more about that. Can we have the whole prophecy? Like, I don't want to discover more and more things about it with episodes. Please give it entirely to me so I can think about it and elaborate new series with it. I liked also that they made all of this episode about the fuel question, because it was a question that we were gonna have at some point, because they lost a lot of it searching for Starbucks, so of course we were gonna talk about it, like we talked about the water question, like we talked about the prisoners question. That's an interesting subject, you know, to talk about into a show like that, which is about surviving into space, and I like that kind of shows which are taking the time to talk about that, and which are not just avoiding the question by just one sentence like, oh, that's it, we have something to recycle the water, so that's all. Oh, we found some fuel into a planet, so that's all. No. Of course it's gonna be a quest, of course it's gonna be a big question, and to make it, you know, something hard to get, that's also a way for the viewers to understand that it's a necessary question and an important question into that world, you know, to still have everything to survive. So that was great also to have that. Did I say enough that I love this show and that they are making great things with it? I know that I'm not saying something new for you, because if you are watching this reaction video, I think that it's because you already know Battlestar Galactica and you already watched all of the seasons and you are just happy to see someone discovering it like that. But me, I'm discovering it, so I'm enjoying it. And I can see also, I think that rewatching the show with me, you can see also how much we evolved with the way of presenting battles and presenting strategic plans and all of that. Like right there, using toys and using a big map to place toys and just talking to each other with radio stuff. And I mean, into the strategic room, they didn't see what happened, but in our days, into shows, they are using images, they are using, you know, videos a way to talk to each other, to show to each other what is happening. They are using it in 3D now to do that. So that's funny to see the old methods and also how they were representing that into old shows. Like I said during the episode, I cannot wait to see how they're gonna evolve with that, with seasons. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking right now. I'm gonna take a little break to eat and then I'm gonna come back just for one more episode, because I need time to edit, I need time to post, I need time to do a lot of things. So it's all for you for today for Battlestar Galactica, but it's not all for me for today. But it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.